Let's get straight into Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. The whole market is up. Here we have a quick snapshot of the market. Bitcoin up 7%, Ethereum up almost 10%, Solana up almost 9%, XRP 7%, Dogecoin actually 15% up. And we can see very good price increases and also volume for these coins, obviously because Bitcoin has been going up. Now let's dive straight into Bitcoin and see what's next. Now we know that Bitcoin has been going down, right? If we zoom out a bit, we had a high for Bitcoin actually at 126,000 here, and we went down. We started consolidating. We went up a bit, and then went another further push down, and then consolidated sideways in this symmetrical pattern. Now what we have here, we said that we're gonna have a breakout at the end of the pattern. It took a bit longer than expected, but we have the breakout. And the point to watch out for, which we mentioned, is $72,000, which is the price here, the previous peak. And we have actually surpassed that point. And that is very important. And we said that if we surpass $72,000, then the next price target will be at the CME gap, eventually at $83,000. Let me show it to you guys. The CME gap is right here. These are the price movements over the weekend, which over the weekend, if Bitcoin moves down $5,000 and then on Monday we're down $5,000 compared to Friday, there's a gap being created, and that gap tends to be filled. And that's the target right now. The target is here at around $83,700. That is eventually the target. However, to get there, there's a few steps before we reach that point. First of all, next crucial resistance is here at the lows, which is around about $74,000, which we are very close to reaching right now. Obviously, if we manage to surpass from there, the next one is in this region here at the bottom, which lies around $81,500 and also includes our CME gap at $83,700. So if you are long, it might be good to sell a bit now at around $74,000 at these lows here. If we do surpass $74,000 and we might have a retest, then wait until we reach the lows here, which is around about $81,000, $82,000. So personally, I had bought actually at 70,000 when we started going down, because I knew it was such a good time to buy, just because 70,000 seemed like a very good price. And I might have bought a bit early, and if I was in drawdown, of course, but now it is profitable and I will sell a bit at $74,000, which we have actually almost reached now, and then hold a bit more for us to reach a CME gap at $83,000. But keep in mind, we are still in a bear market, and I think we're going to be in a bear market until around September or October of this year. So until then, what I think will happen is that we have a push up here basically, and then eventually we're gonna go further down. I mean, this is, in my opinion, just a fake out. We're gonna go up, that's great, and then continue to go down to around about, in my opinion, $50,000, which is this line here. So this line is where I think we're gonna bottom out in September or October, which lines up with our previous support and resistance, and this line is around about $50,000 or just below $50,000. So I think what will happen is we have this push right now, and then eventually go back down September, October, reached 50K, and along the way we should be buying. Now looking at Ethereum, that's enough for Bitcoin. Ethereum, we actually mentioned this major support and resistance right here. Have a look at this line. We have the major support here at the bottom, which we have actually touched, and I mentioned that it's a good time to buy at these levels, and it was a good time to buy right now. And then we have major resistance at the top, which lies around $4,700. Now I don't think we're gonna reach that anytime soon, because we are always in a bear market, but as long as we remain above this price point, which is around $1,800, I think we're gonna do quite well. Hopefully we don't go below that. And that is it for Ethereum. I don't think it's a good time to buy right now, because if Bitcoin does not manage to stay above 74, like we said, 74,000, then Ethereum is going to go down again, and the whole market is going to go down. Let's look at the liquidations. It's always good to look at the liquidations when we have a strong move in one direction. and we're going to look at it on a monthly scale. And the liquidations just shows us the price point that Bitcoin will likely hit, because these yellow lines is where most traders get liquidated, and usually we tend to go in that direction. And you can see there's a strong cluster of liquidations around about $81.5 to $82,000 on the upside, which if we look at Bitcoin, and let's zoom in a bit, actually coincides, and I've done a lot of drawings again, that 70, what did they say, $81.5 thousand is around about here. I mean, look at it. It's very clear that the 81.5k level is exactly here. It is right here, 81.5 thousand. And that is our previous support, and it's gonna probably act as resistance now. So I think we can surpass $74,000, maybe slow down a bit, and then continue to go up, reach that CME gap hopefully, and then we're most likely gonna go down. Finally, let's look at a bit the market. So generally, March is positive for stocks. So since 1928, the S&P 500 has increased almost 62% of the time in March, and the average increase has been just about 0.6%. So that is not the greatest, but generally speaking, March is positive for stocks, and then April is even better. So with that being said, see you guys next time. Bye.